Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I would love to invite all of you who are interested to a group reading. I'll be doing them on Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, so tomorrow. And you can sign up now. I'll put the link in the description box below where you can sign up. It's a $33 investment, which is a pretty great deal. Last week, it was amazing having group intentions, and the energy of a group reading was really powerful and beautiful. And so it's called Leading Edge Messages. And so you can bring your questions or something that you want me to look at. And so for the first 45 to 50 minutes of this group reading online, I'll be answering questions. And then the last 10 to 15 minutes, I'll go into a guided psychic meditation where we can clear any blocks that were brought up and amplify what you do want. So again, really powerful space and really beautiful. And I would love to see you there. So all right, let's get to your reading. This is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Since this is a collective reading, I'm not tuning into one person's specific energies. I'm tuning into the collective. Not every message is going to be for you. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Let's get to this, shall we? All right, collective. In the past, you were in the energy of 5 of Cups in reverse. Emotional loss. Since it's in reverse, I get this feeling that there was something very painful in the past, an emotional loss that you've gone through. But it feels like most of it has been released. In the original tarot, there's a person looking at in front of them at 3 spilled cups, and there are 2 cups behind them. And there's just this focus on what has been lost, the 3 spilled cups. And what I get is that in your past, even though you've had this for some of you, this could be a dark night of the soul type of energy. It feels very heavy. It feels very profound. And it feels like in the past you stopped focusing on those 3 cups that were spilled and turned around and took those cups to start new, to start fresh. Yes. So you took those cups and you're heading towards your 9 of Cups, your emotional fulfillment, your wishes come true. Feels like for a long time you've been wanting fulfillment, satisfaction, security, stability, whatever this is, like what you wanted and what you've been asking for, whatever it is that you lost, it feels like that was keeping you stuck and unable to get to your emotional fulfillment. For some of you, it feels like separating yourself from people, or people separating themselves from you. And how heartbreaking that is. Maybe you had this idea, this picture that what you wanted, you also wanted with some people or a person, but there's something about their vibration and their energy that wouldn't allow you to get where you really wanted to go. Wow. Wow, this is really amazing. It looks like you've done a lot of work, a lot of work healing that heart space. It feels like expansion. It feels like raising your consciousness, feels like ascension, shadow work, moving towards celebration, joy, harmony, home, community. Wow. That it feels like this difficulty, but then, all right, I'm going to move on. I'm going to focus on what it is that I do want. I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to stop focusing on those 3 spilled cups and focus on what I do have and build those up. Learn how to find that emotional fulfillment within, and then find others to create stability. Wow. Wow. I'm the energy here, the difference between where you were and where you are or where you're going is phenomenal. Dreams coming true type of energy, that wonder and amazement and joy and love. And I didn't know it would feel this good. I didn't know it could be this good. In present time, you are in the energy of third eye chakra in reverse. So third eye chakra is right here, behind your eyes. Third eye chakra deals with clarity, being able to see clearly what's happening, see yourself clearly, see situations clearly. Getting a lot of truth energy, seeing the truth of things. And that it's in reverse. Maybe there's something, oh, okay. And so now we've got, that's the 5 of Cups that I was just describing, looking at the 3 cups that have spilled, and there are 2 behind the figure. So there's something in the way of your seeing clearly. Now, I mean, in the past, you had 5 of Cups in reverse. You were moving on, and something is happening in your current energy. Feels like there's, as you release whatever this amazing disappointment was, and as you heal, there's still some lingering energy. It feels like it's coming back and forth, and you're learning how to not focus on that. Not focus on those, not focus on blame, not focus on whoever you feel knocked those 3 cups over. Just feels like that third eye, there's some type of block. As time goes on, you might notice that it's getting easier and easier whenever this real difficult dark night, or whatever you want to call it, happened in the past. This incredible grief and loss happened. It feels like that your whole day was in that energy, focusing on those 3 cups and the loss and the grief and the hurt and the pain. And over time, as you healed, there's less and less time, airtime, thinking about it. There's less time talking about it. And so it's lost some of its momentum. But it's still, it feels like every time you take a step forward and raise your vibration, that energy comes forward to, as you raise your vibration, so the speed, the velocity of your energy rises, and it brings back this energy. Right now is time for discipline, to notice when you are thinking about something that is in the past. It's time to accept what has happened and move on, to not give that airplay in your thoughts. Definitely not thinking about it, focusing on it, talking about it. It's taken a lot of courage and confidence to get to where you are now. You're heading towards such a profound place. You've a role of leadership, of joy. And right now there's still the split in energy. It will get easier and easier the more you take control of what you allow yourself to think about. All right, in the past, or no, this is family patterns. 2 of Pentacles in reverse, movement, choices, and decisions. Family pattern, okay. Okay, this seems to be a family pattern. The split energy, keeping track of who wronged you. I bet you know people in your family of origin who, on certain subjects, they're really successful and they make a lot of progress. And then maybe with interpersonal relationships, or whenever they talk about that person, maybe it's another family member, they immediately, their energy, the vibration just tanks, and they are stuck in a cycle where they can't move out of. They don't know how, they can't talk about it in any other way. They can't see any other perspective. So I've been talking a lot about the nesting dolls. So at first you might not know something, everything seems fine, or you're not sure what it is. And then you see it and you're like, oh my gosh, that person did this. They did me wrong. This is horrible. And your focus is on outside of you, someone else. And it feels like they really get stuck there. And some of you might get stuck there as well. Sometimes for the rest of their lives. I even have family members who quite old now, and they can be very lovely and talk about one thing, and as soon as you bring up that person or the people, their energy, they go right back and they tell the same stories. They're stuck. They can't move out and expand it and see their part, which is the next nesting doll. Why did I choose to stay around these people, or what you brought to it? And I'm not talking about in childhood. I'm talking about as an adult, we have choices. And then the next nesting doll might be lessons. Once you see clearly what this person did, why I kept choosing that for myself, why I stayed in that situation, why I made the choices I made, take responsibility for your part, then you can expand out to lessons. And you can, and it doesn't mean that this is incorrect, how you're seeing things, but that's only part of the story. You're getting stuck and not able to expand and see a different point of view. See the lessons. See how others have also gone through this. And as you create more and more space, then the pain doesn't feel so intense. You understand many aspects of it. You see that you're not alone, that there are lots of people who have gone through something similar. Your story is very unique to you, but it is amazing how many people have experienced something similar. How you can help each other when you allow yourself to grow and expand and see other points of view. So a family pattern is, on some subject matters, having a great deal of success and momentum, and just this success, fast, ambitious, driven to succeed, fast thinking. And then there's this anchor when their energy is focused on who wronged them. This might be you as well. And you might be correct. Those people might have really treated you cruelly. They might have wronged you. You might be seeing that completely clearly, but you're missing an opportunity for your own expansion if you just stay in that first nesting doll. All right. The personal issue is balance, justice. Okay, this feels, we're in the same, okay. It does feel like this is something that you're working through right now. Finding justice, finding balance, not spending so much time focusing on and giving play in your mind towards what didn't work out. That means you're focusing your attention in the past. The more you focus your attention in the past and past pains, you bring that energy forward with you and recreate it until you figure out how to process the emotions and to expand and see the different ways of a different way of seeing it. It really feels like you're wanting to do the shadow work to create endings, to end this cycle, to transform, to clear this family pattern. So, and being willing to see it within yourself so you can clear it and not pass it on. So you can create something very new out in front of you instead of recreating past cycles. This is really the end of a cycle. This is really the end of a dawning of a new you. Feels very positive. It feels like you're really close. If you haven't already achieved this, feels like you're really close. Not allowing the past to come with you into your new cycle. I feel so much support, non-physical support for you to end this cycle. To just take the lessons that you've learned, maybe help others. Having a great deal of compassion for those who are stuck in that first nesting doll, but not staying. It's not your work to pull them out of that cycle. You can plant some seeds, but even listening to someone who is stuck in that first cycle is exhausting. Nothing is satisfying. It's addictive. Have you ever noticed that? Like you just become addicted because there's so much momentum to that energy. It's very oh my gosh, it's very powerful because it has so much momentum, but it's powerful in the wrong ways, not powerful to get you to where you want. It just keeps you like an anchor, keeps your energy stuck, keeps you recreating. And with that vibration on that subject matter, then you keep attracting that same energy. And so you create more beliefs. Everybody's like this. This is what happens. This is what happens to me. This always happens to me. So it keeps you keep you stuck in a victim mode. It's time to take responsibility, discipline, focus. Use the energies right now. The energies are helping you to end this cycle. All right. Conscience. What you would do if no one was there to judge you. This is sacral chakra in reverse. We've got two chakras that are a bit blocked. So sacral chakra is behind your belly button. It is the seat of creativity, manifesting. It literally is about creating life. So sexual organs. In this, it feels like something you're wanting to manifest feels blocked. Feels like what this new you, this new life, this new cycle has had a lot of delays. And it feels like you're really noticing the delays. So you're amplifying what you don't want. It's not happening on your timeline. And so you're noticing, I can feel what I want, but it hasn't shown up. I can feel what I want, but it isn't showing up. I can feel what I want, but so there's that split energy. And so every time you do that and notice that what you want isn't showing up in your 3D experience, then you're focusing on it, you're thinking about it, not showing up in your experience, you're talking about it, not showing up in your experience, is blocking your own manifestations. Some of what you're wanting to create is recovering from financial loss. Some of you have felt really left out in the cold, maybe abandoned. And what you're wanting to create is security, stability, abundance, ease, alignment with what you want and who you'd rather be. However, there's still this focus on what happened. And so it's blocking your ability to experience all that you want. Again, see psychically a lot of this beautiful new energy that wants to come in, but there's resistance in your space. Resistance in the form of beliefs that focusing on what you don't want, focusing on blame, focusing on that it's not happening soon enough. Trying to control. I'm also seeing a lot of control, trying to control an outcome. Being attached to some type of outcome, being attached to how it shows up in your experience, instead of opening up and adding trust. I trust that this will happen in the right time. I trust, and I'm enjoying more and more the unfolding of my path. All right. In the center of your reading, your higher self is in the energy of High Priestess, awareness. Your higher self is focused on what it is you're wanting. Some of you, I'm getting the feeling a lot of you are very intuitive, psychic, energy workers, light workers, tarot readers. Some of you might more identify as witch or have a knowingness. And so your higher self is saying to focus on the energy, to stop spending so much time noticing, being very, stop spending so much time being so observant of what is not showing up. Stop keeping track of how things are not showing up in your experience and tune into the energies. Appreciate the non-physical energy. Release resistance. Stop blocking. I feel like you've all done the imagining of what it is that you want to come into your experience. It's merely now time to release resistance. Nobody else is blocking what you want from you. Your energy, your beliefs, the things you are focusing on are blocking There's also like if you're having stress, tension in the jaw, it feels like you're with like efforting to try to pull your manifestations towards you. And instead, it's more of a feminine energy of allowing, of releasing resistance and allowing and getting in a state of receiving what is already yours. To get into that more feminine energy, and everybody has access to your own feminine and masculine energies. It's not a thing, it's not about gender. And so if you can step into a mindful meditation type of space, that really helps release resistance. Maybe when you first wake up, before your mind fills, that would be a great time to meditate, to just be and allow. When a thought comes up, no matter if it's positive, wanted or unwanted, just kind of close the tab. See it as like an open tab, and another thought comes in and close that tab. Just focusing on your breath. There's a lot of teachings out there and how to get you started, maybe counting on every out breath to 10 and then start over. Some of you are talking a lot about whoever did you wrong. Staying focused in that very victim space. And it's keeping you very isolated. It feels like a lot of beliefs around this person did that, but then the more you focus on how someone did you wrong without expanding out and moving, creating healthy boundaries from these people, moving away, learning the lessons, not staying around these people. Some of you are staying around people who really drain your energy. So even if you are in a crowd, you feel very alone and lonely and isolated. Your challenge right now is 3 of Swords. Your challenge is to heal that broken heart, to heal from that heartache and loss. Some of you are still, there's so much momentum on blaming someone else. I feel like you might think this is how I protect myself, by reminding myself again and again and again that this person is bad. But instead, you're building up this energy that's only hurting yourself, creating a wall of momentum. Some of you aren't even conscious that when you're talking about it, when you're sharing, that how stuck you are. It's so habitual. It's unconscious. The thoughts have so much power and momentum in the wrong direction from where you're wanting to be, and have gone so unchecked for so long that it feels like the thoughts think you. Yeah, it's time to take control of your thoughts. Create clear boundaries with people. Communicate your truth. That feels like that might be confusing. Communicating your truth around boundaries, not constantly going back in the past and reliving. Feels like every time you retell that story to yourself and others, you're bringing the trauma forward, bringing your trauma forward like it just happened today. And with that energy present, you can't let go, you can't move on. It's time to be aware of how you are kicking the wheel, how you are. It's time to take responsibility. Some of you have done a really great job on this, and there's just that final little tweaking. And some of you will argue to keep this alive and active in your space. Your desire is deception and envy. 7 of Swords in reverse. Unmasked. Something, you want something to come to light. Okay, so this is what's keeping you, why you keep speaking on this, is this desire to unmask whoever hurt you, whoever shattered your dreams, maybe broke your family up, who created disconnection and alignment. Maybe they've moved on and had a level of success, and it's not fair. I'm getting, it's not fair. They caused so much havoc in my life. And so there's this, with their deception, and you feel that they blocked you from your 10 of cups, from your fulfillment. Feel like your desire is to see karma, see them get their comeuppance, see them punished, justice. The thing is, you can't get there from where you're at. The more you need them to pay, you're staying focused and holding on to that energy. However, the more you release from that and raise your vibration and let go of how their life is. Actually, I'm seeing that that if you release this, if you heal from this, your vibration rises and you stop carrying the pain and the hate and the anger, and release it, and it goes to them. But the more, oh wow, the more you think about it, the more you talk about what they did, you are still carrying. It's like you're carrying the pain of it instead of releasing it and giving it to that person, giving it to the universe to enact karma. Wow, I never thought of it that way. So there's, I mean, not to heal just so you can, the universe will know if that's your motive. I want to heal and raise my vibration so they can suffer what I've gone through. If you raise your vibration, if you're truly raising your vibration and going after being more you and allowing and not resisting your own dreams and healing from this and these type of situations, that and stop carrying the weight of the pain and betrayal and deception, then it just feels like burdens released. It feels like you'd be so happy and so joyful and so focused on how things are going with you, you won't even care what happens to that person or people. Interesting. That's cool. All right. The lesson is rest and rejuvenate. 4 of Swords in reverse. So 4 of Swords talks about healing, going within, resting, maybe separating yourself so you can really heal from that 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords of that heartache and loss. And then the next is 4 of Swords, which is resting and healing, becoming whole and complete again. And since it's in reverse, your lesson is to move out of that healing space and move on with living. Right now, you might be feeling exhaustion, overwhelmed. Oh, and so, there might be because this has been dealing with being hurt on a heart level, a core hurt, you might be very defensive and overly protective. When you start healing that heart space, then, and raising your vibration, there's no need to protect that heart space, that you can start welcoming whatever arises in your experience. You can welcome it and appreciate it. Your heart heals. You feel vibrant and alive more and more of the time. Again, you might go a little bit, your heart opens and then goes back, opens, you feel defensive and worried. So that is natural. Just know that just spend more time the next day and the next day in open-heartedness as your heart heals, as you welcome new and wonderful experiences into your life. And you're not so fearful and afraid of what is coming down the pike. All right, the advice is temptation, the devil. What is Spirit's advice with temptation? Okay, so what I'm really seeing is the split energy, even in this illustration, how this person is looking at what they want, the direction of what they want to create, what's bright and vibrant and shiny, and they keep getting their energy split by focusing on what they want, but spending a lot of time in the past with unresolved traumas, unresolved wounds, wounding, blame, feelings of revenge. Feelings of revenge are normal. When you've been very wounded, it's actually a step in the healing process. Going from that real sad, stuck energy to, I'm gonna, it's a good step. It has more energy. It has momentum. You just don't want to get stuck there. You want to keep moving up the scale, the emotional scale, to acceptance, relief. All the way up until you feel joy, ecstasy, love, appreciation. Keep following that emotional scale. Giving yourself kudos for the work that you've done, the healing. Only you can be honest with where you are in your healing process. Once you really start healing and expanding and seeing things from other points of view, you have a lot of compassion for everybody involved. You have compassion for yourself. You have compassion as you see so many people around the world that are also stuck in this very painful cycle. You learn how to find the calm within the storm. You learn how to nurture yourself. You learn how to heal. By doing these things, you find emotional stability. You become more intuitive. And caring. The more you learn how to heal from these things, the more you can show up for yourself. And in return, your cup runs over so you can share with others, so you can understand without having to go back and explain your story of woe. You can be a beacon, just with like a map, a light map within you of coming from such a dark place to the light. And that was the end. Nothing else is coming through. All right. That's your reading, collective. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for your comments and your likes. And I really hope to see you guys tomorrow at the leading edge messages. It's so much fun and it's so powerful. And we can, if anything, we could look at, well, whatever you want to ask questions about, or any energies you want. All questions are welcome, and you are very welcome. Hope to see you there. All right. Take care. Bye.